It's not a day in my life. Just know me, my dog, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's Olawale. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Jameis Olawale, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10. Their own 23-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He finds Beckham complete. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
They go with Chubb on second down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And it brings up third down.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Well, the second down throw on target. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A very good gain on first down, 9 yards on the dump-off.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
On second down now. It's Elliott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On third down, Elliott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they are backed up as far as you can go as they'll start this drive on their own 1-yard line.
And whenever I see the Cowboys backed up on their own 1-yard line, I think of one thing. Tony Dorsett at the old Metrodome playing against the Vikings when he got away with a 99-yard touchdown run and did it with only 10 guys on the field on offense for the Cowboys. So in this situation, I highly suggest they bring the 11th guy out to aid their cause.
At the 1-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Count 10. 47. SOS. Check nickel.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Check 53's Mike. Oh, yeah.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about...
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 48 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. This is Elliott, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sip through.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott steps away to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, 1st down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
All that gets him is